Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the StarSeries EU Qualifier Grand Final. One of these teams will be making it all the way through, and what looks like we are going to be going into our lovely server right about now. But yeah, one of these teams will be making it through to the LAN finals. They are going to be there to face off for $300,000. The other team, well, that's it. They're out. There's a complete elimination. There is no more second chances. So it gets pretty brutal from here. Well, I suppose it's been pretty brutal all the way through. But yeah, it's going to be a interesting matchup. And, well, stop being called. Something's gone wrong. But yeah, I'm really excited to see who's actually going to make it through. Because, well, that's it. We've got a newbie team actually getting to the 300,000 LAN finals. I think Fragsters and Imperial, this is going to be a big step for them. Is it fair that Esperanto and Haji surfs in Tier 2? You mean that they're Tier 2 plus? I don't even know what that means, but we're moving on. Couple of kills. Okay, this is definitely not the knife round because they're using guns. So that is actually cheating, in case any of you didn't know. But yeah, we have our map pool in as well. We're kicking it off on train, as you can see, with map numero uno. The second, no surprise to any Imperial fans. No surprise. They've actually decided, blow your mind, to pick Mirage. Like, it's amazing. And then they head on to Inferno if we get to the third and final map. Thank you, Andreas. But, yeah, I think that this is... Well, I don't think this is the two teams we necessarily expected to be in the final. I think that people are looking at the likes of Space Soldiers. We're looking at the likes of Optic. Also, bear in mind, neither of these teams were the invite teams. So they've gone through those on their way. So, yeah, well, actually, in the semi-finals, 3 of the 4 teams were the beginning of the qualifier teams. They had to fight all the way through it, which is great for Counter-Strike. Great for Counter-Strike, the fact that the teams that may be higher up in the rankings are not always going to be victorious. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup here. And I'm very excited to see who is going to be the one to actually make it through to the LAN finals. But we do have our knife round to get underway. Of course, CT side is the one that both of these teams will be going for. There's no doubt about that. And while it looks like Fragsters... Wait, really? Oh, Down killed his own teammate. Maybe not. I was going to say, it looks like Fragsters will get the choice, but clearly not. It will be Imperial to actually get that choice, thanks to a little bit of a mistake early on. It's better... Down just saying it how it is. Always the blame game. But yeah, it means Imperial do actually get that CT side start, so that's not bad at all. Oh, they smurf in Tier 2. Oh, I get what you mean now. It's like surfs. I would say that Esperanto and Haji are both very talented individuals. At the same time, I think Stown is a beast as well. And yeah, I think Dragonfly with that AWP is going to be pretty beastly. Made that his history. I'm good. I'm excited. Looking forward to this match. We've already had the Danes over here in Kiev, but not for StarSeries. They were here for BetNet. Oh, we got some edgy music. Match winner. Imperial do have the favor here. Not overly surprised by that, to be honest. I think they've been brilliant all the way through this qualifier. Still haven't dropped a map. Bear that in mind. They have not dropped a map all the way through this qualifier, which is excellent. And one of them, they were 13-3 down. 13-3 down and still win the map 16-14. That was versus Space Soldiers on their hometown of Mirage. But here we go. We are into the pistol. It is off, ladies and gentlemen. And while early doors, we're going to see some presence over towards B. Now, I wouldn't be overly surprised if the T's actually back off here, because they made a hell of a lot of noise. You can already see 3 CT players are here. So they may just be baiting. They're trying to confuzzle their opponents, make Imperial think that they're coming this way. But by the looks of things, they actually are coming this way. And there's 3 CT players ready and waiting. Bubsky going to be leading the charge forward. Where are the flags? Oh, no. They've got lost in all the excitement. And while Refresh gets that first kill in this all-important grand final, Bubsky with a second as well. Pound will be able to trade one, but it seems like that may be all. It's not going too well. He does actually get a second and give Hadji a chance, but the stand-in can't face off against the might of Dragonfly. We'll be able to get a double kill, and Fragsters will take the pistol. Now, I do think it's important for Imperial to... Oh, no, for Fragsters to take this first map. Like, Mirage has just been one of those maps where you don't really want to face off against this Imperial side. Now, I know that I think it was one of the DreamHack qualifiers where, I think it was Austin, where Fragsters did actually pip them to the post and go through. And they beat them on Mirage. But that is a different team. That is a different team altogether. We had a... Ooh. Couple of different players. Nice shot from Nuke here. Kick things off. There's a little bit of extra damage. Orban as well, and SB with the Deagle. Hello. This just got interesting. Now they've still got some rifles to play with. They still have the advantage weaponry-wise. But in terms of personnel, the CTs are now in play. I'm sure there was a player just standing in the open there. Maybe Dragonfly not quite expecting it. Bubsky will turn things back, and Ivy control has been gathered by the T's, which gives them a chance. But Nuke, well, he's here to play today. Gets himself a second pound there as well, and now Bubsky is all that remains. He needs to ace this. 3 players left to find. Pound also finding an AK-47. And it seems like the CT side know exactly where he's going. A push coming in from Nexa from behind. Sneaking all the way through. A double connector stack as well from the CTs is well placed. They've got Bubsky locked in. And while Nexa can literally just make the call now, this should be a very easy kill for him. And exactly as it is. Brilliant second round from Imperial. They will be onto the board. And while I wouldn't be surprised to see Fragsters actually purchase up some Deags of their own. Some pistols to try and do some damage back. As said by... Oh my god, your name would Awesomeind? It is some free AKs. 2, in fact, onto that CT side. They fought straight in with rifles. They are not mucking about here. They don't want to risk letting this round go back. So, hey, yeah, we would have bought a few rifles anyway. Emrickson already answered that question. I actually responded, you know. There we go. T-side now have some pistols of their own. And, well, that definitely doesn't mean that they're in too much of a detriment. These Deagles, as were proven in the last round, can be deadly as hell. I definitely think it works better on the CT side. Yeah, we got a few silenced M4s, but, well, already a couple of kills kicking off. Head armor missing on a few of the players, actually, for Fragsters, so a bit of trouble, but not for Bubsky. Nice shot onto one in the second as well. Goodbye, Nuke. See you later, buddy. Need a Deagle of your own. As now, well, we're into a 3 versus 3 once again. Utility not really playing a factor as there's only one flashbang. Esperanto from above, but Refresh has gained some ground here. He's going to hear the footsteps of Nexa. If he can get this kill, the B site pretty open, and he seems to have absolutely no idea he's there. Refresh now finding a kill of his own, and this allows the bomb to actually go pushing in on towards that B site. The remaining CT players not really in the action. Pushing it from behind. I don't know how he wins that battle, but he does. Bubsky will go down, and it gives it back into a 2 versus 2. Refresh does have a rifle and Kevlar as well. Torben with very little, but hits the timing correctly, but Hadji just seems to be invulnerable at the moment. He's surviving on his last legs. The other rifle going to be all the way down the other end. Bomb planted into the open. That could work wonderfully. As well, the CTs have so much left to do from above. Torben's just buying the time as Refresh can push in, but he goes down to Hadji as well. I don't know how he's still alive. Eventually, he will fall, and I feel like Esperanto has no choice but to just save a weapon here. Torben trying to hold on to an AK, but I think the bomb may take him out. He will go down with this ship, but Fragsters straight away bounce back. It seems that pistols are king at the moment, as the team has not been able to win with rifles. Imperial, no surprise. They're going to keep this force by going. You say CZ go, I'd say DS go. It's all about those Deegs. T-side. 4 rifles this time. They've slightly upgraded what they purchased before. Of course, they didn't save anything, so it's not like they've built up a lot of economy. Will be coming in next up. Well, there is the CZ. He'll only be able to get 1. So there are still a couple of scouts. A tag hit. Oh, Refresh just taking names. Headshots galore. Esperanto will be there to trade 1 back. He does still have that rifle in hand. Torben is going to do enough to finish things off. Fragsters will break that force fire war. You're including an abbreviation in an abbreviation. Yeah, I'm next level. I've gone 1 level deeper into the Inception. SB, actually going to buy a bit here. Now they're only going to get 2,400 into the next round anyway, so he's not going to be in the best state. The rest of the team will be able to buy, but he'll have to go for a UMP. Or maybe he's just going to pull in the, guys, I'm the star player. You give me your rifle, you now play UMP. Which I'm sure has happened before. These deagles have been deadly so far, but Esperanto, he's a beast, but even this feels like a bit too much for him. Nice shot, will manage to get himself 1. Already looking a little bit problematic, and it will be the T side. Just winning it with 4 players, only the Mac 10 loss, so not anything too heavy. And he does have enough, actually, thanks to the 1 kill, to buy a rifle. So, if you know, the 1 kill's enough. It means that he's fairly limited in terms of finances. T-side have managed to make quite a bit of bank off this, though. They've got enough for at least 1 buy going forward. Yeah, I have noticed that quite a lot, actually. The Esperanto is one of those players where I don't feel like utility's a massive part of his game. I don't see this as one of those things where I'm like, oh, he doesn't have a smoke. What are we going to do? That's not his style of play, so I can sort of see it. Being a bit more problematic. Thoughts on the new lives? I don't mind the Stiletto one. I think then you've got Budget, Karambit, and the other 2 are just trash. Like, I don't like them at all. But it's like if I was going to spend that much money on a knife, I'd just buy a Karambit, not a Karambit that has some holes in it. It's sort of like somebody who buys ripped jeans. Like, you could just buy the jeans and make the holes yourself. Nexa, well placed. He's already going to manage to find himself 1, but he's quickly traded out. CT side falling to this AWP. Now they've got pretty close. The Ts have not pushed forward like we normally see in these sort of aggressive takes of the B site. However, it doesn't seem to matter. Bubsky, Dragonfly both finding kills. Actually, all that's left on the flank, and Stown will remove him from action. It's 5-1 in favor of Fragsters. Solid start for the Danes. A little bit dicey along the way, but They've got themselves a 5-1 lead on the T side, and expect them to have a stronger CT side. So realistically, this is a strong start. Oh. UK does do a decent amount of damage. And they've got a chance to find a kill or two along the way, which is sort of the main aim of the game here. Like, realistically, winning around with just Eagles is slim. They did do it very early on, but normally that's a wake-up call for a team. If you lose a round like that, okay, sometimes you can be a little bit fearful, but a lot of the time you just learn from your mistakes. Esperanto. Damage up close. We will find one kill for the CT side, but the fact is the Ts have traded back 3 in the meantime, and Nexa and SB now going to be the only ones left. The one interesting thing, though, is the HP. However, Refresh managing to sneak in from behind, and Nexa now left alone will go down. Torben and Refresh making sure that nothing more comes of it, and 4 players surviving. Again, it's sort of like lots of damage being done onto the players, but the fact is none of them are dying, so the money is still building a lot. Torben being a wonderful bomb planter by the looks of the scores at the moment. He does sit top of the board. He is 6 and 2 as well, but, you know, it's an important role. Why you say SB Esperanto sounds cooler? Because SB is easier to say. Simple as that. Hi, Kelster. Yep, SB does have nades this time. AWP onto Nuclear as well. Coming straight into one B site, and while it seems like Nex is having a bit of trouble, normally he is an anchor on this site, but the openers have gone the way of the T side, nigh on every time, or at least just a 1-for-1 trade, which really isn't that much of a problem. CT side are setting up for this retake. They have some incendiaries, could look to clear them out, but the problem is now the way that Train is played, there's so many aggressive angles down. Taking one of them already, gets the fight onto Haji, who has been quiet so far. Dragonfly with a double as well, his brother chiming in. And this leaves Esperanto all alone. 1 versus 4, there's absolutely no way he's winning this round. It's down, it's just going to ruin him. It's the battle of the youngsters, the 16 versus the 17-year-old. And so far, well, both of them have been pretty quiet. It's actually the rest of the team for Fragsters that are leading the charge. Favorite skin, Medusa. Once again, just pistols. It is sort of a rinse and repeat at the moment for Imperial. Play around with pistols, lose it, get the loss bonus, buy. And so far it's been more than easy for Fragsters to just walk all over them. I will say that Train is a very strong map for Fragsters. This is one that they're more than happy to play. This is one that's right at the top of their map pool. Wow, they're showing it at the moment. Nuke taken down in style. They didn't even need to see him. They've removed him with utility, and as of yet, we haven't seen any sort of response from Imperial. Esperanto again is able to find one with the Deegs, but hasn't been much just yet. I have to say that the more and more you go into the depth of Danish Counter-Strike, the scarier it becomes. Where would you put Fragsters? That's what I'm interested in. 'Cause I don't actually know. Where would you put Fragsters in the rankings of Danish teams? Now, at number 1, fairly easy. They're the number 1 team in the world, so that one's not really argued. But then you've got what? Optic, you've got North, you've got Fragsters. Like, what order do you put them in? Top 5, 4th, 3rd. See, this is what I mean. I feel like I really want to see them sort of play against each other. There we go though. 1 to 8. Sprout as well, but that like I'm sort of being a bit of a like purist. I'm just like, oh, they do technically have 3 Danes. Either way, Haji this time will kick things off. We've seen the opener go the way of the CT side, which hasn't happened too often. Next up. Finds another. And the trade comes in the meantime. We do have Esperanto now onto a secondary orb. For 6 in Denmark. What? It's down. We'll be able to find one back in return. Torben again. It's back into a 2 versus 2. This round is just swinging. And the T's have managed to get themselves onto the side. The more interesting prospect is Nexa trying to sneak in from behind, but Haji will be the one to do the damage. It's left all onto Stown, the youngster. Hasn't had to do much so far. He is the one highlighted as the sort of big talent in this team. And well, Nexa is going to be there to put him down. You can see in the HLTV rankings. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like if they played against each other, like some of these teams will be a little bit more interesting. Yeah, like, yeah. In terms of... I don't know if I count heroic anymore. I get what you mean, though, I suppose. I feel like they're more of a mix. Here we go, though. We are back in. The push straight in towards this site. Imperial got back onto the board, but will this be short-lived? By the looks of things, it's not going too well at all. It's down and refresh. Find those openers, and Nuke's there to at least trade one back with the AWP. I reckon 3 days. Okay, my bad. Coming back into the site. Spray down, Torben. Doing the work, and well, they're just executing players at the moment. Fragsters are absolutely running away with things at the moment. 9 and 2. I'm not casting alone, Faden. I'm casting with the chat. You guys are my co-casters. That's why I come and talk to you when there's not much happening in these rounds, or when there's a pause, for example. I think if well, I would imagine this is a tactical one from Imperial, and I think they're definitely going to need it, as things aren't going too well. You said friends, Grensid. I said... Well, I might have said it, actually, I don't remember. How are you? I'm good. Are you Tom Holland? No. I wish. He's Spider-Man. I wouldn't mind being Spider-Man. Well, I feel like it's a bit too much responsibility, and I'm quite lazy. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'd like to see Fragsters actually face off against, like, Optic or something like that, or North. Because I do think this team has a lot of talent. I don't really stream on my private one. As I said, pretty lazy. It's been, like, 6 months since I've actually done a stream. There we go, though. Pistols once again. Imperial... in quite a bit of trouble here. They need to turn around quickly. Haji will be able to find one. Now, they'll retrieve a rifle from this. It's just whether or not the T's are just going to continue their execution of the B side. Next, nice shot to the CZ. Look for a little bit more, but will be tagged down. Have they spotted SB, though? This flank is crucial. A nice shot to remove Dragonfly as well. He now retrieves an AWP. And out of nowhere, the CT side are in a fairly strong position here. Problem is, they don't have a kit. Bubskeet, refresh and trouble here. They're doing a great job of holding on to this round. Boomski spins to get the second frag, and what looked like a troublesome situation, Fragsters just work with. They're completely surrounded there, and they managed to find every single kill. Thank you, Faden. Raise 2 with my hand is going very well. I do have my own channel, but I genuinely don't stream often enough it's worth it. Like, it's just when I get very, very bored. Here we go, though. Very little invested from Imperial here. That was a force buy in the last round, and saw their chance at redemption seems to have swung away. Already double digits on the T side for Fragsters. Who's casting? Oh, you can type ! caster. That will tell you that. Refresh. Aware of the potential. Is he gonna, if he checks the second angle as well, right, just so aware of where these players are. Normally you wouldn't expect both of those angles to be covered, but good work cleaning all the angles there from Fragsters. 11 and 4, they keep it flawless. And the only one who pronounced your nickname correctly. Ah, that's because I've got used to a J being pronounced as a Y. And the problem with that is there was actually a point when I went back to the I casted like a UK game, and there was a guy called James, and I genuinely called him James. And yeah, that was when I realized that I'd spent too much time in other countries. Good old James. Nexa, this time, the aggression pays off. They find that opening kill. The question is, can they do anything with it? Yeah, pure Yoid. Jumping for Yoid. Pound. Well, dodging the bullets somewhat, just hiding behind the box. James Biardov. Down, already finds one back though, and this has been the problem. Imperial, they've been finding openers a lot of the time, but it just seems that Fragsters are so good at taking these duels versus them that if they re-peek, if they take another fight, yeah, Imperial definitely if you talk about top teams in Lithuania, that is, yeah, Imperial is definitely the one. Esperanto. Waiting and just executed along with one of his teammates within the same second, and one by one, we just see all of the CT players fall. Fragsters absolutely dominating. Stoun's now joined in the party as well. He started a little bit slow. He now sits 12 kills. Every single player on the T side above double digits, and this is impressive. This is very impressive. Well, I think those odds are fair. If you do still believe that Imperial can bring this back, GG Bets will give you 11 odds on this first map. I wouldn't be one looking at them at the moment, I'll be real with you. I think that's a little bit of a risky bet, but hey, the 1.01 seems fairly safe. Refresh. Adds a second kill to the already fleeting CT side. They really are in trouble already. I think that was obvious by the 12-2 scoreline and the fact that 2 players on the team have just died. 1.01, time to make some money. Hey, if you've got a buttload of cash and want to win a tenner, then sure. You could buy yourself a takeaway dinner with that. Isn't it worth it? Probably not, but still. Completely flashed out. Another thing you have to give props for is just utility users from Fragsters. They are very good at clearing all of these angles. Dragonfly even going to clear up his little brother, and Esperanto's going to finish him off. You got to have some brotherly love in there, but 13 and 2. Fragsters are just running away with this one. They lost the second round, and other than that, they have lost one buy round all the way through. Very impressive. Well, you can see how much money they had towards the end of that half. The minimum money they had was 13,350, which shows that towards the end, they weren't even dying, which, yeah. It is scary stuff. Force didn't put a single round on the T side. Whew. Hey, Windstrike again. Getting into that major vibe, you know? They're going to get top 8 again. They're going to win the whole thing. Made in Brazil or old SK? Probably the old SK. It's kind of hard not to choose the old SK considering they have majors under their belt. Like, it's very easy to look at past teams and go, yeah, they were pretty damn good. Don't know what to expect from the new Made in Brazil. But, hey, I hope they do well. They got Yanko as their coach. I think that'll be interesting. Either way, back to this game, more importantly. One of these teams is making it through to the StarSeries LAN Finals. $300,000 on offer. Well, already Pound. He's looking to try and help turn things back. It is a long, long road for Imperial. Bear in mind, though, they were 13-3 down when they played off against Space Soldiers. They won 16-14, so they can do it. They definitely can. And while already this pistol round looking fairly damn strong, it's left on to Stown, and I think he's going to fall in the same fate as the rest of the team. It will be 13-3. Imperial are back to at least where they were against Space Soldiers. Yeah, I hope Yanko does well as well. I think his job is literally to analyze rounds a lot of the time. He takes on that weatherman job very well, so I feel like if he's going to be able to bring back the old reign of what was SK, he'd probably be a good choice to do it. Already. T's looking to make this one nice and clean. Husky calling a fake comeback. CT side. Slightly heavier presence over towards this B side, but they would have to pull off something very impressive to be able to defend this. Decent amount of damage on down with the Eagle. Spamming away isn't going to get anything more, and Bubsky going to be pushing in to at least try and retrieve himself a weapon. Bubsky managed one. Next are up above. They don't really want to lose any more weapons from here because it is rifles. Am I American? No. Do I sound American? I don't think so. I thought I sounded very British, but maybe I'm wrong. Bubsky's still just going to be lurking around. Now, there's no way he wins the round. I think we all know that. Bomb, well, horrific bomb sound is going to be ticking fairly damn fast now, and it will explode. Can he steal a weapon, though? He's only on 44 HP. Next, he's actually going to hunt him down. Bubsky, not quite aware, standing with his knife out. Imperial about to do the Space Soldiers comeback. We'll see. Your voice doesn't sound British. Obvious British chat. Well, we've got some different thoughts here about my accent. I think I was asked once if I was Australian, and I sort of just looked at the person just like, really? Really? Oh, hey. Clearly I sounded like I came from down under. This round at least, just a stack in the corner. I like this. This is a little bit different. Normally we see it over towards the sort of old bomb back a train, but he's gonna sit in the corner here and Esperanto. Ooh, he's actually gonna get himself a few kills off of that. I thought he was dead for sure. 1 HP. That's what you call a survivor. He's on his last stand. And that's a little bit of stat padding for the young Lithuanian. 17 years of age. Here we go. CT side now have a purchase of their own. Up until this point, Imperial have had it on easy mode, but things are about to get a whole lot more difficult. I'll keep the Galil. Still trying to keep this a bit of a bonus round. Already the T's, though, entering onto the site. Refresh doing a good job to at least try and hold on. He's left it on to Stown. Oh. See, I don't know who this will work out better for. If Nexa has any idea... Stown actually just turns around. The young man with a big brain as he spins back to remove his opponent. Turns it into a 2 versus 2 once again. CT side a little bit wary that this could still go back towards the B site. But the fact is the T's have just waited. They're being patient here. They've got so much time on the clock. It was a fast execution, so no real reason for anything more. Close battle between Stown and Esperanto, but this time SB will win it and leave it all onto Torben. Looking to try and get that bomb down. I don't think there's anything that Torben can do to stop that, and he's trying to spot the second man here, but instead he just executed. 4 kills per round for Esperanto over the last couple. Sounds more British. I would hope so, considering I am British. Esperanto now takes his place at the top of the board, literally because of the last 2 rounds. And the CTs once again just going to be saving some cash. Pistols purchased to try and at least keep the economy of Imperial honest, although at this point it's sort of like if they do manage to break the economy, they should just win the map. Nice shot from Dragonfly though. It's going to be forced out of position. Actually, the CT side are making it work right now. Talking about breaking the economy. This may be a great way to try and do it. I thought this was going to be money-making rounds, but Haji, he manages to find himself a couple. There's only 1 man left. It won't matter. Bubski is there. I wonder if he's realized he's already holding an AWP, so that's something to be saved, but Haji gave that a damn good try. I think if he spotted the player the first time he looked, that round would have been his, but, well, talk about doing damage. That is a hell of a lot of damage done to the T-side economy, and this could be their last-ditch buy. As said, you break that economy, you pretty much win the map, as it will be map point for Fragsters, so it is crunch time. You're going to be going aggressive. Definitely feeling confident, not fearing taking these fights, and again, just look at that utility use to pound. He hasn't even seen anyone yet, and he's down to just 25 HP. Not the way they wanted to start off this round. And wow, that's not any better. A peek out from Esperanto, tried to make an individual play, and instead met with death. Imperial. So much to do to get themselves back into this round. It's not getting any better. Stown now gets rid of Nuke. There's a lot of individual battles here. Now notice there has been no chance for a trade on any of these kills. Not one. It's only been solo peaks and more once again. Hey, look, the record's being continued. No one's changing that one. Individual fight of individual fight. Fragsters win the lot. And they'll say thank you very much and get on to that map point. Next map will be Mirage. So, the hometown of Imperial, one that even after this still expect them to win. However, not a map that Fragsters fear playing either, and well, I think that was a little bit ambitious, Nuke. I think even the CT saw what they're going, oh, I'm a bit surprised and Stown. Well, he fights versus 2, but clearly fights like 3 men as he has done that and survived. Only Nexa left in a 1 versus 5. I think Fragsters might have this one dead to rights. A strong performance from them and leaving 1 man left alone. And they will take map number 1 in dominating fashion. Never really looking at it at all were Imperial. And now they'll have to go on to their choice of Mirage and try and turn this back around. Either way, you can type !caster in the chat if you are enjoying, but we will be back after a short break, hopefully, to bring you map number 2, Mirage.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.